Hi, welcome back to RV Capital Talk. We have a guest with us for the next couple of segments. It is Mike Molino, who is the President, CEO of the Recreation Vehicle Dealers Association. Glad to have you with us, Mike.
I am so happy to be here.
That's great. You've come off a couple of important weeks planning and some changes and kind of planning for the upcoming year's programming. And one of the things that recently happened was that you made some major changes to the National RV Service Technicians Training Program. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, let me put that into context. The Service Technicians Training Program is pretty much a cooperative effort between the RV Industry Association, composed of manufacturers and suppliers, and the RV Dealers Association, RVDA. The determination of whether or not a person is a qualified or certified technician is done by a joint board made up of members of the RV Dealers Association and the RV Industry Association. So that's the commonly referred to it as the RV Technician Certification Program. What was proposed by that board of directors was a change to the program so that instead of just having a technician who's working without any designation or any recognition or even any registration, and a technician who's certified, who took the test and passed, those were the only really two categories. There was a category called Master Certified, and it still is, but that's someone who took the test and got a high enough score on that certification test that they were considered to be a master of the information or the knowledge.
Right.
The new program, did you want to ask specific questions about what the new program is? Or
Mike, I'd just like
let me just stop.
I'd like to insert that clearly this represents new impetus for the program. A program that there was a general consensus in the industry could use some juice, some new energy, correct?
Absolutely, Sherman. And the main comment that we've been hearing, I've been doing this now with technicians training and certification for about 22 years, and was intimately involved with the creation of this certification program when it started back in 1988-89. And throughout the history of that program, we've heard that there are qualified technicians working in dealerships who did not do every aspect of what a certified technician needs to be able to do to know. In other words, when you take that test, you're covering every aspect of technician work, from plumbing to electrical, body work, chassis work, and LP gas work. So the folks have been telling us, hey, I've got a great technician down here who deserves a recognition, but he or she can't be certified. They can't pass the test because they don't work in every area. Some of them are specialists in generators, for example. Some of them are specialists in LP gas and electricity, and they don't work in the other appliance areas. This new program is really going to be great for those kind of folks because they'll be able to certify in their specific specialty. So we'll have the specialties involved will be plumbing, appliances, electrical systems, chassis, and body. So an individual working in a dealership or working in any other, working for a manufacturer who wants to try to be certified in one or more of those specialties will now, or will soon, with approval of this program, will soon be able to take a test and get a certification in that specific part of being the total certified technician. If they pass every one of those tests, then they will be considered a master certified technician. For some time now, and for as much as we can foresee, probably the next 3 to 5 years, we will continue to have the certification program that we currently have, where someone can take one test and become a certified technician, and if they score high enough, become a master. How long that is going to remain as a parallel program, I don't know. I don't think anybody's really studied to determine. But we are really enthused about that other track that we've just created where someone can test out in a specific area and be certified in that area. It's going to allow a lot more technicians to be certified. There's one other little aspect of this that I'd like to touch on before I turn it back to you, Sherm, and that's the registered technician. We want to get people into the system before they apply for certification. And the registered technician allows a trainee who comes into the dealership to actually show that he has some knowledge of the RV industry and some knowledge of the vehicles that he's going to work on or she's going to work on. And they can register themselves as they train and prepare to take the tests. I think it's going to be a great thing for the industry. It's certainly going to be a great thing for those dealerships that actually use specialists and want their specialists to be certified and couldn't get them certified before because the test was a generalist test, not a series of specialist tests.
Mike, what are the benefits of certification for the RV buying public? Obviously, it's a matter of prestige, and you're certifying the professionalism of individual service people. Does this where does that benefit the consumer in the end?
It benefits the consumer because now the consumer has been able to, but and often assumes that the person who's working on their vehicle has been certified and has been tested and has the knowledge to do the work that they're being asked to do. Mm-hmm. This gives a recognition to the individual who took the test and to anybody who sees the credential that this person actually passed the test in that area of knowledge and is met the industry knowledge standard to do that work. So it's a benefit to the consumer. It's certainly a benefit to the RV dealer and to the RV manufacturer and supplier. Right. Because it allows them to differentiate between folks who know what they're doing and folks who they don't know if they know what they're doing. How do you know somebody knows what they're supposed to be doing if they've never been tested and proven that they meet the standard?
And Mike, in the big picture, it's a big deal to RVDA. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal to the industry, and I'm asking you, in something that you people have been focused on for some time.
Absolutely, it's a big deal to the RVIA and RVDA. One of the biggest parts of the deal is it's something that we really worked hard on together to produce. There's an awful lot of research and development that goes into the training programs and the testing programs for technicians that RVIA does, and their volunteers who are members of RVIA do, that are never charged to any program. They do it pro bono, and so they ought to be recognized for that. And then being able to come together with a group of dealers and decide on what the knowledge standards should be and how to determine whether or not somebody has those knowledge standards is a huge deal, and this thing will reinvigorate the technician certification program. I can almost guarantee you, when it comes out in October, there's going to be a rush of folks to get themselves registered, get themselves trained, and get themselves certified in the different specialty areas.
Right. Well, this all accrues to just a better image of professionalism and quality for the whole industry. Obviously, we're going to come back with more with Mike Molino from RVDA when we come back on RV Capital Talk. So stay with us.
Today's show is brought to you by Angie's List, where you'll find thousands of unbiased reports and reviews about service companies in your area. Whether you're looking for a roofer, plumber, house cleaner, dentist, or even a doctor, Angie's List members share their experiences with each other so that you can choose the service company that's right for your job. Companies can't pay to be on Angie's List, and the reviews come from people just like you who have had experience with the companies mentioned. To find out more, go to rvnn.tv and click on the Angie's List ad.